Stories of One Life. Episode 3. Love and Hope. Part 1. The First Meeting. Ethan had lived in the same small town his whole life. It was not a bad place, just quiet. Too quiet for a young man with big dreams. Every morning he walked past the same houses, the same trees, the same coffee shop on the corner, and every morning he felt the same thing. There has to be more than this. Ethan was 22. He worked at a local hardware store. He fixed doors, he sold paint, he smiled at customers. But inside, he felt empty. He had dreams once. He wanted to travel, he wanted to write, he wanted to fall in love with someone who really saw him. But life had become routine. That morning started like any other. Ethan woke up at 6:30. He looked at his phone. No new messages. He sighed. He got dressed. Jeans, a simple shirt, old jacket. Then he walked to Harper's Cafe, the same place he always went before work. The bell rang when he opened the door. Ding! Warm air, smell of coffee, soft music playing. "Morning, Ethan," said Mrs. Harper from behind the counter. "Morning," he answered with a small smile. He ordered the usual: black coffee, one slice of toast. He sat by the window, and that's when he saw her. She was sitting alone at the other end of the cafe. New face. He noticed that right away. She had light brown hair, messy but in a beautiful way. She wore a simple sweater and held a notebook in her hands. She was writing, not texting, not scrolling, writing. Ethan couldn't stop looking. She looked real, focused, quiet, a little sad, but strong. Their eyes met for a second, just 1 second. Then she looked down again. Ethan felt something move inside his chest. Hope. He tried to go back to his coffee, but he kept thinking about her. Who is she? Why is she here? Is she new in town? After a few minutes, she stood up. She walked past his table. He smelled her perfume, light, clean, warm. She stopped. "Excuse me," she said softly. "Is anyone sitting here?" She pointed to the empty chair at his table. Ethan's heart jumped. "No," he said quickly. "Go ahead." She smiled. "Thanks." She sat down. For a moment, they didn't talk. Just two strangers, two coffees, two quiet lives crossing paths. Then she spoke. "I'm Claire." Her voice was calm. "I'm Ethan," he said. They shook hands. Her hand was warm. "So," she said, "you come here often?" He smiled. "Every morning." She laughed a little. "Figures." "Why?" "You look like someone who belongs here." He thought about that. "Is that good or bad?" She tilted her head. "Good, just settled." That word hit him. Settled. Was he? Or was he just stuck? "Are you new in town?" he asked. "Yes," she said. "I just moved here 2 weeks ago." "Why here?" She looked out the window. "Fresh start." He nodded. "I get that." They were quiet again, but it wasn't uncomfortable. It felt easy. Claire looked at his coffee. "Black?" "Always." "No sugar, no milk?" "No." She smiled. "Strong." "Trying to be," he said. She laughed again. That laugh, it was soft, honest, a little shy. After a while, she closed her notebook. "Do you work around here?" she asked. "Hardware store, down the street." "Do you like it?" He hesitated. "It's okay." She understood that answer right away. "I'm trying to find work," she said. "I do art, writing, design. That's cool. Sometimes, she smiled, sometimes it's scary. Why? Because dreams don't come with guarantees. That line stayed with him. The bell rang again. Ding! Mrs. Harper called. Ethan, you're going to be late for work. He checked the time. 7:45. Yeah, I should go. Claire looked a little disappointed. Me too. They both stood up. For a second, neither of them moved. Then Ethan said, Maybe we could do this again. She looked at him. Really looked. Then she smiled. I'd like that. Tomorrow? Tomorrow. They walked to the door together. Before leaving, Claire turned to him. Ethan? Yeah? Thanks for the coffee company. He smiled. Any time. Outside, the sun was higher now. The town looked the same buildings, same street. But Ethan felt different. For the first time in a long time, he felt excited about tomorrow. The next morning, Ethan woke up before his alarm. That never happened. He lay in bed and stared at the ceiling. And he smiled. Claire. He didn't even check his phone. He didn't need to. He already knew where he was going. At 6:55, he walked into Harper's Cafe. The bell rang. Ding! And there she was. Same table, same notebook, same soft sweater. She looked up. Their eyes met. She smiled first this time. Morning, Ethan. Morning, Claire. They both felt it. Something simple, something real, something starting. They ordered coffee again. Black for him, latte for her. Big day? He asked. Maybe, she said. I'm going to look at a small art studio downtown. That's exciting. Terrifying, she smiled. Why? Because if I say yes, it means I'm really staying. He nodded. I think that's brave. She looked surprised. No one said that before. After coffee, they walked together. Not fast, not slow, just right. The town felt different with her beside him. Where are you from? Ethan asked. Originally? Oregon. Wow, that's far. Yeah, I needed distance from my old life. What happened? She hesitated, then spoke. I was in a long relationship. It ended badly. I'm sorry. It's okay, she said. It taught me what I don't want. He understood that. They reached the park. Leaves on the ground, soft wind, quiet paths. They sat on a bench. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Claire said, Do you ever feel like you're meant for something more, but you don't know what? Ethan felt that in his bones. Every day. She looked at him. Really? Yeah. I feel like I'm waiting for my life to start. She smiled gently. Maybe it already is. They talked for a long time. About dreams, about fears, about the kind of life they wanted. Nothing fancy, just honest. Ethan told her about his writing. He never showed anyone. Why not? She asked. Because what if it's not good? She looked at him seriously. Then it's still yours. That stayed with him. Later, Claire stood up. I should go see that studio. I'll walk you. They walked in silence for a while. Not awkward. Comfortable. At the door of the studio, she stopped. Well? Well, he said. She smiled. Thank you for today. Thank you. She took a breath. Would you want to have dinner tonight? Ethan's heart jumped. I would really like that. Good, she said. 7? 7. She opened the door, then turned back. Ethan? Yeah? I'm glad I met you. He felt warmth spread through his chest. Me too. That evening, Ethan stood in front of his mirror. He fixed his hair, changed his shirt, changed it again. He laughed at himself. Get it together. At 6:55, he walked to the little Italian place on Main Street. At 7, Claire walked in, and the world got quiet again. They talked. They laughed. They shared food. No pressure, no pretending. Just two people getting closer. At the end of the night, they walked outside. The street lights were on. The air was cool. They stopped. Neither wanted to leave. Claire looked at him. So, he said. They stood there. Then Claire leaned in. Not fast, not slow, just honest. Their lips met. Soft, careful, real. And in that moment, Ethan knew, this is what hope feels like. The days after that night felt different. Lighter, brighter, full of small moments that meant everything. Ethan and Claire didn't rush. They didn't promise forever. They just showed up. For coffee, for walks, for long talks in quiet places. And slowly, something strong began to grow. One afternoon, they sat on the bridge at the edge of town. The river moved slowly under them. Claire looked at the water. "I think I'm going to take the studio," she said. Ethan turned to her. "Really?" She nodded. "I'm scared, but in a good way." He smiled. "I'm proud of you." She looked at him. "You don't even know me that well." "I know enough," he said. "You don't run away. You build." Her eyes filled with emotion. "Thank you." Later that evening, they walked through the town again. The same streets, the same buildings. But now, they belonged to them. "Do you ever think about leaving?" Claire asked. "All the time," Ethan said. "But now, I don't feel like I have to run." She stopped walking. "What do you mean?" He looked at her. "I mean, with you here, this place feels bigger." She took his hand. "Maybe we make it bigger together." Weeks passed. Claire started working at the studio. Ethan started writing again, every night. Not because he had to, because he wanted to. One evening he showed her his notebook, hands shaking a little. She read in silence, then looked up. "This is beautiful." He swallowed. "You really think so?" "I know so." That was the moment he believed in himself again. One night, under the stars, Claire said, "I used to think love was about fixing someone." Ethan listened. "But now I think it's about growing with them." He smiled. "I like that version better." "So do I." They stood there, quiet, peaceful. Two lives that almost missed each other, but didn't. And in that silence, they both felt it. This is not the end. This is the beginning. Subscribe.